Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't give back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Pulling up to a rather bustling area of Edmonton known as, pulling into an old bustling area of Edmonton known as Old Strathcona. Specifically, 82nd Avenue, also commonly known as White Ave to the local residents, is part of Edmonton's nightlife scene. Bars galore. You've got everything from Chinese to fast food to Japanese to pizza to pizzas. If you want a good pizza, this is where you're going to go for it. It also happens to be right down the street from one of the main universities within the city, which is probably why it's known for its nightlife. Pulling down 82nd Ave, or White Ave, your car stops outside of an old Western-style building, frontier-style building, unmistakable. The building is absolutely glorious and would have been an absolute beauty in its heyday. The exterior is a rather impressive sight, an iconic landmark that used to draw visitors from all over the city and beyond. As you approach the theater, you are immediately struck by its grandeur and its sense of history, almost getting an inkling as to how many eras of the city that this theater has lived through. Design on the outside evokes the glamour and romance of Golden Age cinema and mixes it with the splendor of Old West style of a bygone era. The building itself is a rather imposing structure with a tall, triangular shape on top that is clad in ornate white paint and a classic Western style. The facade is adorned with intricate stonework featuring ornate arches, pillars, and cornices that give the building a sense of, once again, grandeur and elegance. You can tell by looking at it that this building, in its heyday, was where the who's who came to watch movies when it was built. Above the main entrance, a towering marquee extends out over the street and emblazoned with the theater's name in what used to be bright, sparkling lights. The marquee is surrounded by a series of smaller, formerly neon-lit signs that advertise upcoming shows, or used to, and events, creating a sense of excitement and anticipation from all those that have been here. As you step closer, you can see that the entrance is flanked by a series of tall, slender columns, each one topped with a sculpted figure that appears to be holding up the roof. The columns are intricately detailed, with flowing lines and delicate curves that give them a sense of grace and beauty. The entrance itself is a work of art, with a pair of tall arched doors that are crafted from rich, dark wood. Above the doors, a stunning stained glass window depicts a scene from classic Hollywood movie, Western style, naturally, adding a touch of whimsy and nostalgia to the space. As you step inside, you seem to be transported to another world, a place where magic of the theater comes to life, where anything might be possible tonight. Whether you are coming to see a classic movie, a modern stage production, or a cutting-edge performance art piece, the Princess Theater is a place that will inspire and delight you from the moment you arrive. As you step up to the front of the building, there's a rather slender man outside. The signs for this theater are not lit tonight. And he looks at you all as you make your way up to the front door. Looks you up and down for a moment, each one of you. And then he turns to our dear bone collector. Looks him up and down. And you are...
Invited by the prince.
I assume you have an invitation? Takes it from you. Opens it. Looks at it. About time you showed up. Not you. He looks to the bone collector. He looks to the other four of you. About time you showed up. And without saying another word, opens the door for you. As you step inside... Wait 1 second, I'm going to pull this over here. As you step inside the lobby of this building, the interior of the Edmonton Princess Theater is a breathtaking sight that captures the essence of old-world charm and modern elegance. It's been worked over a few times. As you step through the front doors, you are greeted by a spacious, ornate lobby that is bathed tonight in a soft, golden light out here. The walls are painted in a warm, deep red hue that gives the space a sense of intimacy and sophistication. Elaborate gold and white plasterwork adorns the ceilings, and the floors are polished to a shine, reflecting the soft glow of the crystal chandeliers that hang overhead. To your left, a sweeping marble staircase leads up to the mezzanine level, while to your right, a curved marble bar glimmers with bottles of spirits and wines, probably mostly for show, although there are a few bottles that might hold other things. Behind the bar, a large antique mirror reflects the space, creating an illusion of even greater depth within this space. The focal point of the lobby, however, is a grand marble fireplace which dominates the far wall. Above the fireplace is a large portrait of a regal woman in a fur-trimmed gown who gazes down upon the space, her eyes seeming to follow as you move through the lobby. There's a small seating area that's arranged in a series of plush velvet sofas and chairs, each one designed to provide maximum comfort and elegance. The fabrics range from deep reds and purples to rich browns and golds, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere that beckons you over to relax and maybe linger for a moment. But you might not want to linger too long. Throughout the lobby, you can see the touches of Art Deco design, with streamlined shapes and geometric patterns adorning the light fixtures, wall sconces, and other decorative elements. Yet, despite its modern touches, the lobby still retains a sense of timeless grace and refinement that speaks to the theater's rich history and enduring legacy. Overall, the interior of the lobby of the theater is a rather stunning space that is both opulent and welcoming, offering a glimpse, once again, into a bygone era of glamour and sophistication in what could be considered Canada's Old West. There are several people mingling about within this space, and a few of them turn to look at you as you step in through the doors. One of them, a lady, at least you think she's a lady, she gives off rather androgynous or ambiguous appearance. Her very presence commands attention and respect from those around her. As a matter of fact, several people turn to watch as she breaks away from the person she's talking to. She stands tall and regal, with a strong athletic build that suggests both physical power and grace behind it. Her piercing blue eyes seem to look right through those who meet her gaze, almost as if she can read their thoughts and their intentions with ease, but that might just be an illusion. Her hair is jet black and styled in a sleek, short bob that frames her angular face. She wears it with a side part accentuating her sharp cheekbones and what appear to be rather full lips. Her smooth and flawless skin has a rather, well, what might be considered undead healthy glow that suggests she takes great care of herself for the moment. Despite her imposing demeanor, she exudes almost a sensuality and charisma that is hard to ignore. She moves with a fluid grace, whether she's walking through the crowded dance floor or the crowded area here, or other places. In terms of clothing, she favors dark clothes, at least she appears to be wearing them tonight, such as black, red, deep purple, and often paired with metallic accents. She actually has a few pieces of jewelry that accentuate at the proper spots. She wears high heels that add to her already impressive height, and her jewelry is tasteful but eye-catching. And they also seem to reflect her power and status. How are you this evening?
Your Grace. And he bows.
I follow suit with the bowing. Everybody's bowing.
She nods. She doesn't say anything towards you four. What brings you here this evening?
To rectify a error. And make amends.
I see. Do tell.
Considering that I have recently brought my fledglings from a different city, as you may know, that they may not necessarily be mine, but I have taken the responsibility of accounting
I do.
for the delay of bringing them to court. I offer myself to you 4 minor boons and a painting as a gift. From myself, from me specifically.
And our newest our newest citizens of the city. What bring they?
Like I said, because of my accounting, a boon from me for each.
Very well. You can leave the painting with one of the stewards. They will take care of it, and I will look at it later this evening. We have other business to attend to, and I thank you for your gracious gifts. We'll fill out the paperwork later.
Of course. Just send me to your harpy, and it will be done.
She just kind of tilts her head and nods, and then she looks at the four of you. So, you're the ones that I've heard so much about.
Dragon, you're echoing.
For me?
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to pop back in.
Okay. I'm gonna have heavy editing this episode. Okay.
Okay. Any more echoing?
No.
No.
So she looks at the four of you. So you're the ones that I've heard so much about.
Yes, my prince.
She raises an eyebrow. She looks at you. Her face otherwise emotionless. What brings you to our fair city?
We woke up in this city, just on the outskirts, what was the term used? Disuse? A building that is in disuse? It was a factory building.
That implies that there is more going on in my city that I should probably know about. That I currently have no knowledge. That's a first.
Someone had sent for a kine to fetch us from there, and that's how we came into Edmonton. It's not that kind's fault.
Unfortunately, whatever circumstances brought us to this fair city resulted in a temporary loss of personal knowledge. Therefore, we were unable to act accordingly as we should have had.
Your Grace, I believe what they're trying to say is they are wishing to be acknowledged in your city as kindred.
She stares at the four. She looks at the one with a smile on their face. It's a look that passes over her features for just a moment. Very well. I acknowledge you and welcome you to my city for the time being.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And upon such time as that they are done under my tutelage, I shall be introducing them tonight to their primogen. Is that to your liking, my Grace?
If they've had as much trouble as they say they've had, I mean, they've had as much trouble as they say they've had. I can see no harm in that. With them being...
All I ask is that until such time as that I have released them from my accounting, that they are to not be influenced in the ways or traditions of the Tremere Primogen's normal MO.
Reason being?
The reason being is because until such time I don't necessarily recognize the current council of the pyramid.
What?
Fair. We shall see it done. Is there anything else?
Not at present, unless you have something you wish to speak with me about later.
We'll talk. If I need your attention to details, I know where to find you.
Indeed.
Once again, welcome to my city. I hope you will all behave yourselves from here on out. If you'll excuse me, we have other business to attend to this evening. And she strides off without much else, leaving EU5 to do as you wish for the moment.
You may all unclench, but only a little bit.
But they were. Of course, I'm like never really worried, so.
Oh. It's worse than I thought.
Oh, goody.
What the hell? Pyramid what?
Oh, yes. Tremere have a thing called the Inner Circle of House Tremere, known as the Pyramid. That's what you and Elizabeth are. Clan Tremere.
So, I guess, yeah. Is who's the Tremere Primogen then?
Oh, in this city? That would be Delilah Knight.
Okay.
She's a regent of the pyramid here.
Okay. What does the pyramid consist of? Or is that something that we would have to ask her?
You want to further your blood magic? Your blood sorcery? Do you want to learn rituals?
That will have to be put on the shelf and looked at a later date. I'm just trying to get the basics down of what I am as a creature first.
Let me put it to you this way. At one point, your clan was not a clan at all.
Okay.
They were known as House Tremere. And they obtained immortality and cheated it by a person known as Goratrix, who tricked them into drinking the vitae of an old Samisi. I am of that bloodline.
Oh.
Mind you, it's not the first offense that a Tremere has done to its Samisi, and it won't be the last.
So, unfortunately, there is some bad blood between your clan and the clan in which Elizabeth and I hail from.
No, actually, thankfully.
Oh, good.
Goratrix is Sabat, anti-tribute.
I see.
Huh.
And the last I heard, after the diablerie of a certain Salot, which you may or may not know what that name means, they...
Zealot?
Salot.
Salot, okay. Because I know what zealot is, but Salad?
Salah happens to be the antediluvian. Not that they exist anymore. Or if they do, they are definitely not here. Needless to say, Salat was one that was diablerized by Tremere himself.
Huh.
Again, leaving the Third Eyes, yes, that is the clan Salubri, to, let's just put it this way, they don't get along with Tremere either. Many people don't get along with Tremere.
Does everyone get along with me?
Probably kitten.
Probably better than Tremere.
I'll tell you the one clan that I'll tell you the one clan that your clan replaced in the Camarilla. The Ministry. And if you thought that your clan was salacious, let me tell you about the Ministry. Think of every sin you've ever committed and that inner voice that told you to do it.
Considering that I still don't know who I was as a mortal.
I get it, but you can get the illusion, though.
Yeah.
Considering they're usually the one goading your inner voice. Usually.
So what are we going to do on the Primogen side of things in this case?
About this time, you are approached by... Let's just say somebody who seems fairly young. Not really any sense of urgency to her. Standing about 5'6", 5'7", somewhere around there. 5.5 feet. Striking blue eyes. She seems a little around the pudgy side, but completely comfortable with this. Around her neck is a small metal chain, proudly displayed with a black circle on it, and at the top of that black circle sits a rather ornate crown. In her septum sits a nose ring, and her left eye seems to have a piercing on it as well. Green and blue hair trails down to just past shoulder length. She wears a black dress and a hooded black cloak. And on the back of her hands lie arcane sigils. Seneschal, you're up.
Hello. So,
Hello.
I trust you found Elysium to your liking.
It's lovely, yes.
That's good to hear.
A moment later, a rather tall individual, a man, seems to be trailing behind her. His eyes are glued to her. And he looks like he could take a bull by the horns and potentially wrestle it and win. He does not look... It's not so much his stature, not so much his height or his build, but the air that he exudes. He doesn't say anything as he stands just behind her by about a step.
Ah, John, it's good to see you. Everyone, this is John. He's my pet.
He nods.
So, me everywhere I go. And don't worry about him. He won't hurt you unless you want to hurt me. Say hi to everyone, John.
He nods. Good evening.
Hello.
So, I possess a unique ability.
What's that?
And something tells me you need me to tell you some things. See, I have the ability to predict the future, and it's not always clear. It's not always exactly as it's written. That's the wonderful thing about that foresight. But
Foresight?
you'd like, yeah. See, I might not be very strong. That's why I have John here. But what I lack in physical strength, I make up for in other ways. And I'm sure the Bone Collector can kind of explain to you what my role here in Elysium is, if he'd like.
I would like to introduce you to the Seneschal, Ellery Siren. If you remember the one thing I told you to keep your minds clear, this would be the reason. She has unique and most potent power. That if her mind doesn't seem to break you, I can guarantee you her ghoul will.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just here to give you a little piece of the future. So if you'll wait patiently for a moment while I close my eyes, I'm going to tell you exactly what my mind's eye sees for you all.
From across the room.
And so if you'd all take a seat.
From across the room, a throat clears, cutting you off. And a rather striking voice lances out across the room, coming from an individual that you met not too long ago. We have business to attend to this evening. She looks directly down at the Seneschal. Your fraternizing will have to wait for the moment. I do apologize.
All right.
It has just been brought to my attention that we have 4 individuals here who were embraced without the permission of the prince in the areas from which they hail from. We have a present for you. But it's going to require a bit of a location change, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
And the prince nods. We're going to the execution grounds.
Ladies, come with me.
And without another word, she strides off.
We'll talk when you're finished.
I look forward to it.
Hand on these shoulders. Calm. Breathe.
I'm curious to know, though, what's going through Elizabeth's mind? Elizabeth has been quiet.
Very quiet.
I thought you're not supposed. I thought that claustrophobia would go away when you turn into a vampire. I did not realize. it would get more intense. So just being in a crowd and very threatened with death, it's just like, oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Yeah, like I thought they said that's where we duel.
Just for a moment, I just picture our dear Seneschal here just... Oh my god, would you shut up?
Yeah. All of
Like,
our brains. Oh my God.
I literally, even out of character, have just been sitting here going, like, how close is the bone carver, and can I ask if we can go get some air? Like, desperately, I am very uncomfortable right now.
That's it. That's it. We're calling you the bone carver from now on.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just finished ACOTAR, and there's a character called the Bone Carver, and literally, like, I keep correlating the two together. Oh my god. So I'm so sorry, Bone Collector. Oh my god.
I'm in a similar boat to Renee as D, except every so often there'll be something that comes up that catches D's attention, like the pyramid, and Foresight is like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, fuck. Oh wait, what the fuck is the pyramid? Fuck. Oh, Foresight, I kind of have that too. Fuck.
So we're gonna wait until Critter gets back here.
I have a note here. It says Tremere have a pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Keep that in your notes for our next recap.
Okay, how do you spell seneschal or
Seneschal.
how do you spell that?
Hold on.
S-E-N-S. It's Seneschal. Seneschal.
Really off.
Marli, what were you gonna
Wait,
say?
so the prince interrupted us, right?
Yes.
the
Because there was
prince
like a
interrupted you.
cutout. Okay.
Yeah, no, the prince interrupted you. She doesn't give a shit who's talking.
Purple rain.
Purple rain.
Marli, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, see, for once we're in this like super nifty place and I'm not in trouble and there's nothing on my pics going on in here.
Yet.
Yes.
We have not talked about Gangrel. So like I'm just going with the flow.
Oh,
So you're telling me that I am in a clan I did not sign up for and everyone hates our clan?
Pretty
Are you
much.
kidding me?
Pretty much. That's part of why I'm going, what the fuck.
if it makes you feel better, at least House Tremere, or the clan Tremere, is a pillar clan in the Camarilla, unlike Gangrel.
Oh, we still love you.
Chill. My phone
Also,
charger
you said we were
died.
gonna have a fashion show, and I wrote out my description of my dress, and we have not had the fashion show yet.
We haven't.
Give me a second.
It is okay. I am just kidding, but literally, it was just like, oh, I wrote out a description.
Or we can just like stand up and then show off our dresses on camera.
We could
Yeah.
do that.
Bear with me.
That would make for a quicker fashion show.
You'll get
Fashion show at lunch.
You'll
Yes.
get your chance. Don't worry.
Ah!
Hey, welcome back.
We just
Welcome
gotta be
back.
patient. We'll have our fashion show in a bit. We just gotta be patient. Now hold on while I adjust the ladies.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to cut that out. No,
Sorry.
Twitch will ban my account because you
Oh,
touched
shit.
your tits. You're good.
wait, what?
Oh yeah, anything that Twitch regards as like female anatomy, if you touch it for too long, the account goes down.
Oh,
That's really stupid, especially considering that we got Twitch thoughts.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
the other thing is we're not recording right now, are we? Or are we? We
I'll
are.
cut it out.
All right, cool. You'll edit it later. That's
I'll
fine.
fix it in post.
Which, by the way, I'm grabbing an entranced Valerie and just kind of holding her by her hand
Yeah.
and just kind of, all right, we're going.
I'm going under the impression that Valerie didn't hear anything about what was talked about. She's more just entranced with the inside of this building at the moment.
It's a very beautiful building. I know. Let's go.
Sorry, guys. Just everybody wants
You're
my
good.
help like every
Don't worry
5
about it.
minutes right now. It's
Don't
I,
worry.
we figured you just get entranced by seeing a mirror or some kind of painting on the wall and just
I have sparkles on my dress.
Mm-hmm.
much.
So,
they glitter in the moonlight.
so
This is the most form-fitting thing you've ever seen D wear, and revealing.
probably about 45 minutes later, you find yourself arriving outside of what appears to be an older building, fairly tall. Made of, not brick, but rather large slabs of concrete. Seems to be several stories tall. As you walk into the inside of this building, it is not hard to tell that this building may have been previously occupied by law enforcement. Kind law enforcement, specifically. You are walking into what appears to be an old prison. The further into the building you go, the more cells appear, the more guard posts appear, until you are brought to what looks like it might have been a cafeteria at some point, or some sort of eating room at some point. And as you are standing there waiting, other kindred start to filter into the room one by one. There's probably about 20 of them all together. A moment later, three individuals, bound very heavily in chains, can be seen being carried into the building and into the room. They're not moving at the moment.
What do they look like?
Well, here's the funny thing. Two of you would recognize two of these figures. They left you.
Daddy's?
Oh my god.
And a moment later, your prince strolls into the building as well, or strolls into the room as well. With a very determined look on her face.
Wait, these are your sires? I whisper to Elizabeth and not Alorah.
I'm assuming the third one is yours.
What does my third one look like? Is he the same sandy blonde and tall?
It doesn't matter what he looks like because you don't remember.
Nope, I would not in character.
A rather tall, foreboding man. If he was alive, he might look underfed. Strolls into the room next to the prince and stands next to the prince.
Next to the what?
The prince.
Okay.
He is wearing a rather dapper-looking gray suit. His eyes seem to be an unearthly red color as he pops out a pair of contacts from his eyeballs. Puts them away in a case. The energy radiating off of this man, once again, clearly states this is not somebody to fuck with. His auburn hair and goatee, style mustache and beard adorn his face, and as he smiles you can see a rather sharp pair of fangs glinting in whatever light is being cast in here. He licks his fangs for a moment, and the prince turns to him. You found them. As if failure was an option, my prince.
Ooh.
Strapped at his side is a rather long scabbard.
Out of character question. Is this the sheriff?
It is. He looks around the room. And he looks over at the prince. And she clears her throat. These three have committed one of the most egregious of offenses in the eyes of the court. It cost me a pretty penny to get a hold of them. Their oversight, or their mistake, cannot be overlooked. Unfortunately, breaking the traditions, breaking the traditions, carries with it the harshest of penalties.
Can I know
Hand
what my
down,
sign
mouth.
looks like?
Shh.
The prince's eyes snap to you,
Oh god.
and she walks over. She looks down at you. You dare speak?
I was trying to be out of character. That's what I was doing this for.
Yeah, the
Okay,
universal.
I didn't see that. That was my bad.
Yeah.
I wanted a description of what my sire looked like because I only ever saw him as a Bigfoot.
He
And
still
like,
looks like
we're
that.
speaking, but I don't know what I'm looking at.
He still looks like that.
And then what did
Okay.
Elizabeth's and mine look like? Out of character question.
You're gonna have to go back and read the description. Or listen to the description.
Okay.
In that case, we will reset the scene. You're lucky.
Even I
Nice
saw that she
save.
had the universal thing up, and it's like, what?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I
so-
didn't.
Go ahead.
I didn't even know that's what that meant.
Yeah, this is kind of a sign for out of character that I'm using because we are on video chat. If you have something out of character, go like this, and when there's a pause, just say out of character thing or something like that
Okay.
to get my attention. Do not forget the words out of character, blah. Okay? Sometimes
You
I
know
don't
what-
always see it.
Out of character, also, if you did talk out of turn, it wouldn't be you that got punished. It would have been the bone collector.
Yeah.
And then he would.
I mostly just wanted to watch you like piss your pants a little bit. All right.
If things go the way I'm thinking they're going, I'm just gonna be here eating my snacks. Just gonna be eating my snacks.
So, with that being cleared up, we are going to reset the scene. We're going to pretend for a moment, and we're going to retcon that she didn't walk over to Alorah. Well, to Audley. It's gonna take me a moment to make that flip. Fuck. These three have committed one of the most egregious of offenses when it comes to our traditions. They have broken them. They have embraced and not taught or cared for. You can see the chained lumps starting to move. The sheriff, without saying a word, you just hear metal on metal as he pulls his sword out. Ah, son of a bitch. It would look more impressive if my camera wasn't blurry. 1 second.
See you night.
As he pulls his sword out.
I'll be right back.
And he walks over, and without much else, holds his sword above his head as he looks at the prince. She looks down at them for a moment, almost as if considering something. And then a moment later she nods. And you hear that sword hit concrete. And a moment later, where the Gangrel was, lays a pile of dust. He moves over to the next one. Raises his sword. The prince, once again, gives a nod. And a moment later, there's a pile of dust. Are you actually raising your hand? Are you actually raising your hand?
Oh my god.
The prince...
Hand down.
The sheriff.
I put my hand down when he says that.
Too late.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
The prince signals to the sheriff to stop, and her eyes lock with Dee's. Describe your outfit, please.
So I am in a dark forest green dress that has dark green sparkles on it. So yes, it does sparkle, but not like yeah, it's got like the lighter emerald sparkles on it, and it is a more of a halter top dress that wraps around the neck and is quite revealing and does not have sleeves, whatever. And it's the skirt part kind of goes up a bit and then fills out downward. So it does the whole short up front, long in back, but it does a wrapping effect in the front. And then the shoes are a, I want to say 3-inch silver heel, and the shoes themselves are also sparkly.
Okay.
And then, even though out of character, I have my like platinum blonde hair. In character, she's got the various shades of blues and purples, and her makeup would kind of reflect as such.
The prince looks at you.
I am very uncertain as to what's going on here, and I am concerned, and
Quiet.
I don't want to blurt out anything, so I just have my hand.
Quiet.
Sorry, I was trying to explain further out of character.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Nope, she's out of character. Give her a sec.
Yeah. I was trying to explain further out of character. I didn't think we were back into character. Sorry about that.
Okay, no, you're good.
Yeah, so like Dee, like she like would have had her hands covered, but all of a sudden like she would have like respectfully started like raising her hand, and like if she had to wait until everything was done, sure, fine, whatever. But other than that, she's like in her head wanting to know, okay, if these are our sires, like was there something that could they have an opportunity to say their piece? And that's kind of what she's wanting to ask, but she doesn't know when. So that's why she was like raising her hand.
This is going through your head?
Yeah. Like, don't they get a chance to say something, explain themselves? Like, from what we all understand, this happened roughly 5 years ago.
That individual with green hair, the seneschal, steps forward from out of the crowd, having a little bit of deference with the prince at this point, as she hears the thoughts that are going through your mind.
He here seems to want to know if the can come to their own defense.
I see. The answer to your question, young one, is no.
I'll be explaining as to why it's no at a later time.
The prince nods. She locks eyes with Dee again. By the way, I like your sparkles.
She respectfully bows to the prince. Thank you.
Now, if we can continue.
Alorah is going to be crying because I legit just started crying.
Okay. Not much attention is paid to that, but I did see a facepalm here from Valerie for a second, which was great.
When everybody else turns back to it, I kind of like move over a little bit so that my hand is like touching Dee's arm, like a little like, I got you. Just
Like,
a little moment.
Like, Dee's on the verge of crying as well, because this is for her the first time she's like seen her sire. She's been wanting to try to figure out who at least her sire is too, and this is the only time she gets that, and it's not even. So Dee is getting emotional too.
The prince signals to the sheriff to stand down. And a moment later, somebody else steps out of the crowd. As she motions. Delilah! Where are you?
Right here, Prince.
What does Delilah look like?
Delilah steps out. What was it that we said that she looked like?
Wait, out of character. So Wolf Sire is killed.
Yep.
D Sire is killed.
You
or
don't
are
know
we...
that. You just know that the Gangrel has been killed and one other. You don't know which one.
Okay, just. So 2 are dead. Definitely.
Correct.
2 out of the 3. Okay, cool.
Who's still alive?
Delilah Knight.
I just lost my daddy. That's it. I lost my daddy.
Delilah Knight appears to be a rather formidable Tremere whose intelligence and ambition have earned her a place at the top of the kindred hierarchy in the city. She is a rather striking figure with sharp features and a lean, muscular build that suggests she is no stranger to physical combat. Her hair is deep, rich shade of auburn, worn in a sleek, no-nonsense style that falls just past her shoulders. Her face is angular with high cheekbones and piercing green eyes that seem to sparkle with an inner intensity and fire. Her pale skin, almost alabaster, appears to glow faintly with a subtle aura of magical energy. She dresses in a style that is both elegant and practical, favoring dark colors such as black, navy blue, and deep green. She, tonight, is wearing a tailored suit and jacket that highlight her waifish figure, often accessorized with silver jewelry that reflects her status as a rather powerful magic user.
And in her hands are 2 stakes that are adorned differently than other stakes. .
You're up.
approaches. Ah, I figured I made these for nothing. She takes one, looks at the man, the two men, and goes, "Any, many, miny," and she just unceremoniously strikes with the stake into the shoulder, not the chest, and releases it. As the stake stands there, you can hear the voice of the man go, "Ah!" As you start to notice that the stake itself is starting to splinter down, sinking further in to the shoulder, eventually starting to turn towards where the heart might be. And eventually, as he's screaming in pain, ashes. Lila Knight takes the second one, looks back at the crowd, and goes, "Oops," stabs the other one right in the stomach as it does the same thing. Gearing up, and you can hear the screams before he too ashes.
The prince speaks up. They broke the first tradition. And they thought we didn't know. Remember this. She's looking directly at you four. Again.
Yeah, Alorah's on the ground at this point. She's just crying.
And that's about the moment that you hear the falling of the sword blade, and again a pile of ash remains behind. D. Watching this for a moment, a lot of emotions tend to come forward, make themselves apparent. You're trembling. You're shaking. There's a voice in the back of your head. Would you quit your yammering and whining?
This is me.
Yeah, your beast is talking to you.
In my head, to my beast, I would probably reply, there should have been some kind of trial.
You're still thinking like a kind, like a human, like food.
I'm still new to all this.
You are. But
I don't even know who that one was. The one that wasn't called for.
then let me help clear something up for you. Something snaps in your head. Something breaks as emotions seem to overpower every fiber of your being. And it's like a dam has burst inside of your head. Flashes of things, people, events, places. Just moments as it all comes rushing back to you.
And Dee would, in that moment, like, there's tears coming down her eyes. Like, she's trying to, like, keep composed and whatnot, but she would have fallen to her knees next to,
Make me a resolve
not Alorah.
and composure roll, please.
Make
Resolve and composure, please.
Okay. I have a 3 in composure, and one of them is a hunger die. Oh god, I'm actually crying too. So I'm gonna roll my hunger die. No, you took my opportunity of meeting my sire away from me. Fuck you. I wanted to meet my sire in better circumstances.
I told you. This is not D&D. This is a horror game.
I know. And I got a 6 for my hunger die.
Meanwhile, the seneschal is just like hearing Renee in her head go, "Good riddance."
Yeah.
The seneschal is like, "Damn."
The seneschal's like,
geez,
old ass bitch.
So
no, I'm also remembering now, this guy, my sire, saved my fucking life, too. He gave me a choice. He gave me a choice.
See, the only thing going through Alorah's head is, now I want to have more chickens and my daddy's dead.
A 7 and a 9
my God.
for my composure. This guy saved my life, gave me a choice as to become one of them or just fucking die, and I chose the latter. Well, I chose the former to fucking live, and
so
because that was the only way he was going to be able to keep Masquerade.
Your composure roll was just enough.
Oh, fuck.
You managed to remain standing on your feet. You managed to pull some semblance of yourself together as you stand there with the bloodied tears dripping down your face. The prince looks at you. You see a smirk on part of her lips. It's not much. It's just a twitch.
Hand on arm. Hand on arm.
I entwine my arm with Renee's and just hold tightly.
For those of you that know, my former seneschal was amongst those ashed tonight. But we have not a more joyous occasion, but I believe we have business to conclude back at Elysium. I assume you all know the way, and there's murmurs from around the room. And a moment later, the prince and the sheriff stride out of the room. As you all filter back out of the room, out of the compound, and into the car, we are going to pause for a bit of a break. Because I need to check in with my players. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. losing. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Instinctive and so passionate, every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are have-nots.
You are not as tough
Tracks and some music that you never guess. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are have-nots.
You are not as tough though.
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are have-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are have-nots, who are not as tough as me. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some loose shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
Once again pulling up to that rather old-style western building. You pile out of your vehicle, standing on the sidewalk of White Ave. The door is once again opened for you, and the prince seems to be waiting inside, watching as people come in through the door. Again, not really saying much. Around the room, the lobby that you guys find yourselves in, there is somebody standing behind that rather ornate bar that I mentioned earlier, and seems to be serving glasses of liquid to servers who then rush around the room, offering to anybody who cares to take one. One of them stops by you with a tray of we'll say probably about a clean dozen, very meticulously balanced in his hand. Refreshments.
I'll take one. I need a fucking drink after what I had just witnessed.
No, thank you. I'm good.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
If you're thinking there's going to be punishment for this, there is not. These are on the house. These are being willingly offered.
In character, I'll be like, I'll take one and be like, thank you.
And Audley? What did you say you were doing?
I need to drink too.
You need to drink too?
So I don't attack Leah while she's sleeping, you know.
I hand her. I get a glass for her.
And a moment later, he scurries off, leaving you with your glasses in hand.
Well, I guess I got my memories back now.
You got your.
I'll explain after we're done here. I'll explain everything.
How long is that gonna be?
You would just have to make sure to talk with your primogen, your primogen, and your primogen. Yes, I'm talking about your primogen, Valerie.
The three of them actually seem to be standing together in a close group. Not something that is often seen, unless behind closed doors for this group. But they seem to be talking about something. And two of them look in your direction, and then a moment later, they look back amongst themselves and they continue talking.
Follow me. And Bone Collector makes his way, meandering through the crowd, to them.
They just ever so slightly nod, and their close-knit group breaks on one side to offer you enough room to step in, all of you.
We do so.
Council, I hope you're leaving as well.
Nothing like a little show to whet the appetite, I suppose. And you?
It's well enough.
I hope you. I hope you're found in good spirits.
Rough starts usually start with roughness, and then it slowly smooths out. I am here to make that smooth. I want to introduce you to the fledglings that I am now taking care of. As you may know, I have two Tremere that I am working to instill etiquette, as well as the laws and bylaws of the city.
Delilah speaks up. Have you had much luck?
With them, yes. With their sires, no, clearly.
You hear this laugh kind of issue forth. It's cold. There's not a care in the world. It's something beyond. Obviously.
Have you gotten further on your endeavor of what you were explaining to me the last time we had a conversation with the pyramid?
I have not, as of yet.
And I still, at this point, don't trust it just yet. Until such time as you become a part of that council, I don't think I will trust those that are in power.
I mean, that is quite understandable. But tell me about these Tremere that you have. Not excited, but curious.
New blood is new blood. Nothing of consequence. They are young, and they will learn. If in time you are available to teach as well.
Do they know the ways of ritual work as of yet?
No, not as of yet, but that is why I have to get them prepared for you.
Again, Delilah turns her head. She's not as imposing as the prince, but she still holds a fair bit of weight. Power behind her. She looks at D and... she looks at D and she looks at Elizabeth. So what do you know?
That I have a whole lot to learn.
Fairly astute observation. And you?
Much as Elizabeth has mentioned just now, we both have a lot to learn, and we understand that it will take time. And time is thankfully something we do have.
You have more time right now than you know what to do with. 'Tis the benefit of being us. I am sorry that your sires were not more forthcoming or interested in being a part of your lives.
This was my second time meeting my sire.
I understand that it can be quite painful, especially for those who might be holding on to mortal ways of thinking and mortal emotions.
It will take time to adjust since myself and those that I am here with, Dee would gesture to Elizabeth, Alorah, and Ottilie and Val. We all or aside from Val, the three of us at least woke up in the same place, along with Val.
I'm aware of the story. If you would care to learn what you are capable of, I would like to formally invite you to stop by my place a couple of times a week, by my office, and I will teach you personally of your abilities and the absolute pleasure that lies with them. And I will teach you how to bend the world to your will.
Miss Knight, do you have a number that they may have for a later date?
I do. You know what? I will be in touch with you, and you can pass on my number to them.
Will do. Now, where is that amazing scourge? Mr. Brackett, I believe is his name.
Brackett pops up kind of from the other end. This man, let me see here.
Ah, Bastion. Good to see you.
And you.
Tell me, how's your pack doing?
We got a couple of new ones. They're not fresh, but they're a little rough around the edges. You know how it is.
Of course, of course.
They just need to learn their place in the pack hierarchy, and all should be good. And you?
Figuring well. I'm faring as well as can be, considering I happen to have a fledgling that has come from your clan. This is Audley. Audley, this is Mr. Brackett, the scourge of the city. He and where is the primogen Omar?
In a moment. He looks you up and down. And he turns to look at the others here. I'm assuming you've all been told of the scourge, yes?
Briefly.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody that you wish to end up on the wrong side of.
That's the briefly part we got.
Good. Now that we have that clear. You, young pup.
I'm gonna look at everyone else and go, see, I told you I wasn't a cat.
You still act like a cat.
Corgi, if I'm not mistaken.
Manifested in different ways.
You're gonna be a handful.
I'm sorry, you said corgi?
I did.
Val is laughing quietly in the background.
Dee's just looking at Audley and just disagreeing. Raising an eyebrow.
How much do you know of yourself, pup?
I was turned and took a chicken to the face, and then I ate people.
Her parents in particular.
And now I'm here, and I can be very quiet. I can talk to animals. Apparently, no one else can because they thought I was a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's not unknown amongst our kind.
Oh, and I can turn into something really cute, but I was told not to do it here because, you know, rules.
Yes.
So I have a bow instead.
Well, we'll get you straightened around, much like my colleague here. I would offer you a couple of times a week. Come stop by and see me. We'll show you exactly what we are and what we can do, and we'll show you why we are a clan that people don't really mess with. Welcome home.
Between your clan and my clan, we do share income.
Ain't that the truth? You were looking for somebody else.
I was looking for Rashid, you know, the one that takes on the unclaimed.
Rashid? Rashid Omar. Again, pops.
Banu Hakim, also the unclaimed clan's representative. If she's going to get right in this city, might as well introduce her to her primogen.
Understood. He turns to the person next to him, who looks at you and raises an eyebrow. And this individual has a rather decorative turban on their head. Standing roughly about 5'3", rather dark skin, athletic build, brown eyes, and black hair. What brings you to us this evening?
Good evening, primogen.
Good evening.
Tonight we have an unpillared clan.
Unpillared?
Indeed. Gangrel. I figured I'd introduce you to Audley. Audley being needing to be represented and guided when I'm not around. The one she It's out from under my wing, as it were. Figured if she had any questions regarding the decorum of the court, the Primogen is the perfect prime candidate for.
Much like our dear Scourge here. If you have any questions, you are welcome to come and ask. I would get a list of your questions and make sure they are ordered before coming to talk to me. Piece of advice. I do not appreciate useless banter.
That's kind of all I got is banter. So yeah, gotcha.
You see a rather discernible, like a rather elaborate roll of the eyes. We'll make do. Just make sure you have things at least somewhat organized in that noggin of yours.
Me.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, Primogen Omar.
Omar nods.
Last but not least, Valerie.
From behind you.
We're going to meet Vega de la Norte.
From behind you. A hand actually rests on your shoulder, Bone Collector. Vega appears to be standing behind you. I figured I'd come over and introduce myself before you could get up to too much trouble. Figured you might want to see me tonight.
How have you been?
No worse for the wear. Busy city, busy times, you know. I kind like to run things into the ground.
Or make beautiful paintings.
This is also, yeah. You just see him get you see Vega just kind of drift off for a second before pulling himself back.
How's your sword play?
It's coming. It's not as good as it could be, but you know me. It's all about perfection.
Correct. I've seen your dance routine.
I'm impressed.
I want to introduce you to Valerie. Valerie, this is your Primogen.
The six
Primogen.
Go ahead.
Primogen Vega de la Norte.
Primogen.
6 foot tall, athletic build, green eyes, black hair, and a pale complexion. This individual actually looks at you and smiles, which is rare. Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Well, you know, I do aim to soothe the senses.
As do we all. So what can I do for you? He's talking directly to you, Valerie.
For the moment, I don't truly require official guidance, though how do I put this? Shit.
Out of character, go for it.
Okay, so essentially what a Primogen does is not only guidance, but they're also your representative to talking to the other official members of the Camarilla. They are the ones that are your voice in the court.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like our politicians are.
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah. They're the lawyers of the court.
I know that. It's just, I'm trying to think of a way of saying, like, I have zero interest in politics, but thank you, without being rude.
First off, this is Camarilla. It's all about politics.
I know, which is why I'm like, there has to be a way to say this without saying this.
You don't say it.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps,
just without being rude or vulgar and lose face in court, you don't want to. Now, mind you, if there's any one person in this room...
Smile and nod.
What was that? What was that, witch?
Just smile and nod.
Yeah.
If you feel you have to say something, what I usually default to, at the moment, nothing comes to mind. Should something come up, I will let you know.
Yeah, that's basically what I was aiming for. Thank you. My brain just kind of melted.
The other thing is, if there's one person in this courtroom that does not want to be in this courtroom, it is the Bone Collector. He is an Autarchus, and they know it.
Yeah. Okay. So can I rephrase a little bit?
All right. Time in.
At the moment, I do not require any assistance, but should something arise that our dear Bone Collector here cannot help me with, I will endeavor to seek your knowledge and assistance.
I would expect nothing less. I hope your evening is going well, and again, my number, way to contact me, will be given to you and supplied.
Thank you. I found the evening rather inspirational.
As did we all. Good evening.
Good evening.
And Vega walks off without so much as another word. Our dear Seneschal clears her throat, having sauntered up to your group.
All of a sudden, Dee and not Alorah feel a hand on both their shoulders when I clear my throat. I'm sorry, ladies. I tried to say something, but politics, you know how it works. But if you'll follow me, I believe we have an appointment. And she nods to the Bone Collector and guides them down a long way into a room that it's just a study. There's, walls and walls and walls of books, and there's couches and chairs. It's a very comfortable place. And it's just one of the places that she seems to like to be. And, guide you all into the room. Take a seat, and I guess we have much to discuss.
I suppose so, yeah. And Dee will take a seat.
I will plop.
I will sit next to Dee, wherever Dee is sitting.
Yeah. I think the seating order would be like, Alorah, would you be sitting on the other side of Dee or just on one of the... Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it would be like Alorah, Dee, and Renee. For the second time in one evening.
Val, she's just pacing around somewhere, maybe looking out a window and getting lost.
Sit with
Pretty
us,
lights.
Val, sit with us.
All right. Well, now that I have most of your attention, see, I have a very special job, and While it's been very amusing to listen to you ladies in your mind have to deal with politics for the first time, I have a message that seems to be screaming in my brain to tell you. And so if you give me a moment, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to close my eyes for a minute. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to say anything. And then afterwards, I will describe to you what I saw. Now, this is up for you to interpret. It might be about as clear as mud. I can't tell you. You'll have to make your own assertions as to that. And luckily, with Bonesy here, you have quite the guide. So between him and you guys, you should be able to figure it out. So if you give me a minute, she sits down and she makes herself comfortable. And she sits there quietly for what seems like forever, with her eyes closed, just unmoving. Which gets awkward after a moment, I'm sure. And then she opens her eyes. She looks a little confused, but and then she takes a look at all of you and she says, "So, in my vision, I was in Elysium and I was by myself. And I heard a woman's voice calling for our prince, for Felicia. And when I went to search for the source of the voice, I actually came upon a man, and he looked rather frightened. I couldn't tell if he was kindred or not. I could have sworn that voice I heard was female, but it was a man I came across. And he'd looked around as I approached him, and in his eyes, in the reflection of his eyes, I saw hordes of men and women with pitchforks and torches with blue flames that turned red. I saw the gallows and a funeral pyre and screams of the members of the Camarilla of this very court. They're burning to their final death. But as that part cleared, to my left I saw a fork in a road where two Tremere, a Gangrel, and an old Toreador, followed by a butterfly with black wings, and a man, much like yourself, maybe even yourself, Bonesy, covered in stitches. And he pointed to the man who was scared, who was afraid, who was frightened. And as I turned to him, I'm in Elysium once more, and the man with the bones collected points out the man whose eyes were reflecting hordes. His mouth was bound with stitches and his form disappears, and suddenly Elysium populates once more. Now, I don't know what this means or where this leads you, but something tells me you are as entrenched in this vision as the very fibers in clothing and the drops of blood in your veins. So with that, I will leave you, as I have more things to deal with. It's a long, hard job, but somebody's got to do it. And I hope you can manage to sleep your dawn away, no problem, after what you've had to deal with today. And I wish you luck on your journey. And with that, she just gets up, takes a glance at all of them, reaches over to the bone collector's shoulder, gives him a squeeze, and just turns and walks out of the room.
Thank you.
Thank you, Seneschal.
I don't know about y'all, but it sounds like all of them are gonna die. We live. I'm okay with this. Anybody else hear that?
Or we
We do not talk about this here.
we'll put a pin in it and revisit it when we get home, okay? And I go to and I reach for Audley's hand and give it a gentle squeeze.
Fine.
About this time, there's a knock on the door. And a voice.
You just take it out of here.
A voice from the other side. We are concluding for this evening. If the court is in need of your appearance again, we will be in touch.
I look forward to it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And with that, you hear voices starting to filter out of the building. Not long after, you find yourselves deposited on the front steps of your house, having successfully navigated Elysium for the first time, without too many indiscretions, which is fairly impressive, I might say. As you walk in through the front door, and your humans are there waiting for you.
Are they like closer together or?
They're just milling about the house, doing what they do.
I don't know if mine's my human.
Leah walks up to you, looks you up and down. She just stares at you for a moment.
Leah?
I'm gonna look at Leah and go, I just watched my daddy die. I can't with you. And I'm gonna walk past her.
She didn't say a word. As you walk past her, she attempts to grab your arm for a second.
Yep, pushing past.
Alorah.
Yeah, I'm going to my room.
What's Bone Collector doing?
Grabbing her and pulling her back.
Okay, so that is going to be what? Strength and melee?
Yeah, it's a grapple, so yeah.
Versus, we're going to go. What would the opposing roll for that be?
It's Dex and Dodge.
Right, Alorah, roll me Dex and Dodge.
It would be Dex Athletics, but
that works. Dex and Athletics works, since you know the rolls better than I do.
Get my
highest number of successes takes it.
I have one is a hunger die. I have a total of 6 going, so.
Okay, so
hunger die to 2.
Okay.
And then we have 8, 5, 2, 7.
So you have 3 successes. One moment.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7 with 1 hunger die. Go. 2 on the hunger.
Okay.
7, 10. 2 4s and 2 3s.
Audley takes it. You don't manage to retain your grasp on her as she pulls away.
Alorah.
Nope, going to my room.
Leah follows.
But
give them a moment. All will be all right.
Okay.
And Val will take you by the shoulders, turn you towards Marcus, and just give you a little push.
The door closes behind Leah. She stands there in your room with you.
What part of I can't with you? What wasn't clear?
I don't give a shit right now. Listen, not officially yours at the moment. That
No,
being said,
why you can go.
the rest of your group seems to have formed a certain attachment to the others in this house. And it would be unfair to leave you hanging. However, I know you're trying to be cute and adorable. Okay? I know that's your whole thing. And I also know that somewhere under that, you're probably scared as shit. Because you don't know what's going on. You have no idea what's happening. And the world is a little more different than you're probably used to. As you said when you walked in the door, you just watched your daddy die, yeah?
That's what I just said.
I can't imagine what that's like. But I do know that you also have a group of people that seem to care for you. Up to and including one who had some really gnarly scars on his face that I don't understand what his purpose is. But he seems to care, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's the whole life-saving entity guy thing.
Yeah. You were dealt a shitty hand. A really shitty hand. No, not eh. 1 second.
You know how hard it is to not be like, bitch, I ate my parents and you slammed a door in my face? Just so everyone here knows, like, that's what I'm thinking right now. Bitch, I ate my fucking parents. I just watched my sire die. You gave me attitude. Do you realize how much danger you're in right now? Alorah doesn't get in a bad mood. If she's in a bad mood, you are fucked.
Look. I can't imagine what you're feeling. I can't put myself in that position. One moment. I can't imagine what you're feeling. I can't put myself in that position. Okay? However, if you're expecting me to just roll over and take it, I've done that for most of my life and I'm done with that. I'm done being somebody's I'm done being somebody's bitch. Next time, instead of making an annoyance out of yourself, you could just ask. I want to be there for you. But I can't do that if you won't let anyone see the real you.
If you want to make this a heart-to-heart moment, not a good time. Again, I had a bad day.
I get that. Doesn't mean you have to take it out on everybody else.
Oh, I wasn't taking it out on you when I woke up. I was being very polite. That was me being polite. Annoying, yes, but still nice, because I could have broken that door down. I could have turned you into what I did my parents.
Yeah, you could have, but you didn't, which
But
tells me that you're a good person.
I didn't say that. The fact that I'm not even changing out of a human shape right now is how serious I am.
Yeah, I get that.
And I'm not trying to own anybody. I am the pet. Not sure if you noticed. Small and pet.
From your point of view, from mine, that would be me. Tell me, do you really just want to chill out and relax? Because I can help with that. Lydia's told me how to do that.
Right this second, I want to process my entire night.
Okay. So, let me help you. She pulls her hand out of one of her pockets. She's got a joint in it. From one of her other pockets, she pulls out a lighter. A few moments later, with a rather sickly sweet smell burning through the room, she holds out her wrist for you.
I will take it, and I will drink. But I'm going to be super cautious about it because I'm still iffy about her. So there's like no emotion really attached. I'm relaxed. But right now you are food and you're awake, so this is awkward for me.
I give you a point of hunger back, as long as it does not take you below 1, and a moment later, the buzz hits you.
Oh, great, now I'm giggling.
And now you're a happy corgi being like, oh.
Like I said,
yeah.
I can help if you want to relax, so why don't you just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Can I have belly rubs?
I'm sure we can arrange that.
Okay.
Oh my god, what if she turns full corgi?
She can do it. She can do it.
We're going to cut back to the rest of you for the moment.
Moving into the living room and sitting down, waiting.
Explanations may be needed another night. Unfortunately. But we will get there.
Dee would have given hugs to the rest of the kind. To the rest of the gang.
Hugs would have been returned. Lydia kind of just worms her way in next to Elizabeth.
That is fine.
How was your night?
Interesting.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Just hear Dee just sniffle.
I look to the bone collector. I did it right. At the bone. Sure. I just look at him. Are you here to take care of us?
Yes.
You're gonna stay.
Yes.
Okay. Have a good morning.
Have a good morning. And he leaves.
I take Lydia by the hand and we go up to whoever's bedroom is closest. And I just instantly, so she's behind me. I walk in, she closes the door.
Yep.
And I just like ask, can you please take this off? I need this off because it's a corset.
She, with rather decent practice hands, takes it off in absolutely no time.
And just like the just like the freedom of like having it off, especially feeling so like tight and compact the entire evening.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we have a 1 tier. We got a 1 tier from just like that release of just of it being done, and then just crawls into bed, opens arm for her to come in.
She follows.
I hold. Because I need the comfort.
She doesn't move. As her warmth seems to seep into at least the top layer of skin, kind of warming you a bit.
Can I do, was it Breath of Life? Not Breath of Life. Something
Blush
of life.
of life?
Blush of life.
Make me a rouse check if you wish to.
6.
Rouse check successfully. You do not gain another point of hunger as the warmth, the blood starts to move around, channeling warmth and heartbeat and breath into your cold, dead body. You just hear this contented little sigh.
Is she asleep?
She's getting there.
I really don't like parties. I really don't like crowds. And I just needed this. Really badly.
And we're going to move on to Valerie and to Victoria.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm really tired.
Long night?
Yes, but it was an interesting, enlightening, in some ways riveting night.
Why don't we go get you relaxed?
I think that's a wonderful idea. I will tell you all about the new series I'm already planning to paint while telling you the tale of the 3 stupid vampire sires who got themselves turned to dust.
Oh, bedtime story. I like it.
I'm just going to grab her by the hand and go upstairs to our room.
Yep, absolutely. Which leaves us with D.
So, I would have hung out with Marcus, Elijah, and whoever else is left for a little bit just to try to calm down emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
But before the sun can come up, I would then retire to my room. However, when I would also do a small feeding on just to get rid of my last point of hunger. I'll do a small feeding on Marcus as well.
Your last point of hunger
Mm-hmm.
will remain. You always have a point in hunger unless you kill somebody.
Ah, okay. Then no, I will not snack on my boy Marcus then.
I won't kill him tonight. Maybe someday later, but not tonight.
No, not ever, if I can help it. Jesus.
Right,
no, but I will retire to my room. And when I enter my room and get the door closed behind me, leaving me alone in my room, I'm actually going to check to see if there's any surveillance in my room.
Really?
I want to investigate my bedroom to see if there's anything that can listen in on me or watch me.
Make me an intelligence and investigation roll, please.
I would also like to activate my heightened senses to help me out with this. And that would be, let's do sight.
Sure. You channel the blood around.
Do I need to do a rouse check for my heightened senses?
Your heightened senses is a first level.
Okay. So then it's investigation what?
Intelligence and investigation dice pools.
So there are 3 for
Plus your hunger dice.
investigation. 4, so that's 7 dice total. However, one of them is going to be a hunger die. And 7. So hunger dice first. That's a 3 for the hunger dice. And then my investigation and intelligence. A 9, a 4, a 2, a 9, and an 8.
3 successes. You find one solitary camera, extremely small, in the upper corner of one of your... up near the lights.
And does it look like it's the kind that follows, or is it just a solid stationary? So it would stand to reason that depending on where I am, it may not see me.
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Okay. So I would assume that in my bedroom there would be like some sort of desk thing with like paper and pens and whatnot.
Yep.
Okay. So
easily enough done.
Yeah. So I am going to take some paper and pen, if there is one handy, a clipboard. Because I would assume as of yet I do not currently own a journal or anything like that.
Correct.
But I'm just gonna lay in my bed and get into a position where I could be writing and whatnot. But effectively, I am going to be keeping a journal for myself that I keep on my person at all times.
Excellent.
The first thing I write in there: my name is Deborah Duststone, and I just regained my memories.
I would like you to make this a prop. With that, with D writing, with Valerie telling tales, with Ottilie relaxing, hopefully, for the first time in a long while, and with Elizabeth just soaking in what passes for human feeling, human skin. The sun pulls itself above the horizon, lulling you all into an uneasy sleep, or whatever passes for sleep for you as we cut off session for this evening. Questions? We have more seem to have been raised tonight than have been answered. But one key piece of information has been given. A certain legal assistant has discovered who they are and seems to have reclaimed themselves. We'll see you all next episode.
I'm going to lawyer the ever-loving shit out of these people.